guys, this is Lala Legacy, and welcome back to another episode of Air, Minagi's route. So, let's just jump right back in. She was even getting troubled by the reason. Geez, there's no helping you. It was getting silly to waste any more time. Hey, let's go. I dragged her by the arm.
I'm still thinking about it.
Think about it while we walk. Walk with us to the school, and just go home from there if you don't feel like it.
Oh, that's right.
She agreed to the proposal. Alright, enough of this, let's go. Okay. I will be your guide for the astronomy club. Sure. She started searching her pocket. I had a bad feeling about this. Use this as a substitute for the entry tickets. True to my expectation, what she took out were white envelopes I'd seen before. What the hell? I didn't even have the strength left to do my backhand chop.
Yay! Rice coupons!
Michiru happily accepted one. Yay! I had no choice, so I accepted the rice coupon unwillingly. Congratulations. Clap, clap, clap. 6th coupon obtained. Should I pretend to be happy? Boop-a-doop. I walked under the sky where the sun had started dipping into the horizon. The heat from the day lingered on the asphalt. The shadows of the three of us seemed to go on forever. When we walked side by side, our shadows merged together into a funny shadow with many bumps because of our different heights.
Hey, Minagi! The crows are flying!
Michiru pointed excitedly to the sky. Up ahead, 2 crows were flying towards the mountain where their chicks were waiting. You're right. The wind brushed against Tono's hair. The breeze carried with it the scent of the tides, reminding me that I was in a town near the sea. Listening carefully, I could hear the sounds of the waves in the distance. That was the sea. A calm sea. After one gust of breeze blew past me, another followed. A seaside town visited by the evening calm. Kunisaki-san. Tono called my name while looking up at the sky. This is the first time. Oh, what first time? Us 3 walking together like this? Yeah, now that you mention it. It's fun. As she gazed at the broad sky, a smile appeared on her face. It was a beautiful smile, bathed in the glow of the sunset. I have always wanted to do this. Michiru, you and me. I've always wanted to walk with you 2 like this. Yeah, this doesn't feel too bad, I answered her. Perhaps that was what I really felt. It had been a long journey for me, a journey to look for sadness, and one without a definite end, a journey to seek out the sad girl. Nothing about this journey could be called enjoyable. In fact, it was impossible to even notice the feeling of joy. However, it had been several days since I came upon this town by chance. I met these girls who were walking alongside me right now, I spent my days with them. Perhaps these days could really be called enjoyable. Perhaps these were peaceful days. It was an encounter that I never sought. However, I was able to catch a glimpse of happiness here. It was definitely found in this company of 3. Not 1 person, nor 2. The sunset seemed to smile at me when the 3 of us walked in it together. Boop-a-doop. We reached the school. The sun had vanished and the sky had taken on the face of night. Have you decided what to do? I asked Michiru, who was staring blankingly at the at the towering buildings beyond the school gate. Michiru looked like she didn't understand what I was talking about. Are you going to join us for club activities? I said that gently. Let's do it together. She said that gently. Okay? Her hand was outstretched. She had a warm smile on her face.
Okay!
Michiru took Tono's outstretched hand. There wasn't a need to hesitate. 2 shadows joined together. It was still too early for our day to end. Boop-a-doop. We unlocked the heavy iron door and pushed it open. An infinite blue sky greeted us. The night sky and the dark, calm sea could be seen from beyond the mesh fence. The people below were going about their daily lives. The town itself looked surprised that night had come so soon. Welcome to the astronomy club. Tono stood before Michiru and me and took a deep bow. At our feet were the telescopes she had brought from the clubroom, as well as bags filled with books.
I'm glad to be here.
She sprinted toward the mesh fence happily. What about the other club members? I asked Tono while observing Michiru. I didn't see anyone besides us. There are no other club members. I'm the only one in the astronomy club. Only you? Yes. That's why I'm the president. Tono said that with a tinge of loneliness. I see. Only you, huh? Yes. The select few elites. That didn't feel like the right phrase to use. Not many people like to look at the stars, huh? Yes. There are lots of people who like stars, but it's a different matter when it comes to observing them. Is it a tedious task? Nope, that's not true. If one likes it, they'll enjoy it. Or should I say, one only needs to like the stars. Against the vastness of space, human knowledge is insignificant. I see. What about you, Kunisaki-san? Me? Do you dislike this? No, that's not true. Really? Yeah, the stars are really pretty here, like I'd expect out of a countryside town. I love looking at the stars when I lie down on the bench at the station. Oh, that's great. She smiled, looking relieved. That was a rather embarrassing thing to say, but I brushed that aside, seeing that Tono was glad.
I can see the stars already.
Michiru was making a fuss while clinging to the fence. Let's go, Kunisaki-san. She picked up several observational equipment. Okay. I took the heavy equipment from Tono's hands. Thank you. Her cheeks turning a bit red, Tono walked over to Michiru. I watched her. She looked very lonely. The girl had always gazed at the starry sky alone, unable to share her feelings with anyone. Sadness could be bared alone. One could cry alone. However, happiness is different. To not be able to share happiness with someone feels even worse than sadness itself. I've always wanted to do this. I recalled our overlapping shadows in Tono's voice. That's right. I thought about the girl with wings, who I had forgotten ever since I started living with Tono and Michiru. It was a voice from a long time ago. Up in the sky there's a girl with wings. She had been there since long ago. She is there, even now. In the same air, she continues to feel the wings with her, or the wind with her widespread wings. The wind blew. Night fell, and the evening calm had ended. I could almost hear my mother's voice that I remember as a child, riding the wind. It was the scenery filled with sadness. That scenery overlapped with Tono's figure, a gloomy scene I couldn't shake off. I thought about the night sky that went on forever.
Hey, Kunisaki Yukito, hurry up and come over here!
Michiru was calling for me. I didn't exist in the air, so I started walking towards the girls. However, my thoughts headed for the boundless heights. They were up there in the summer sky filled with stars. Boop-a-doop.
Bye, I'm going now.
The surrounding had turned pitch black. Okay, see you tomorrow. The light from the evenly spaced lamp stopped us in our tracks. Will you be alright by yourself? We still hoped the day wouldn't end so quickly.
Of course I can. The darkness has got nothing on me.
I see. Nothing on you, huh?
Yup, nothing on me.
Nothing on me, too. Why? Beside me, Tono was faced off against Michiru.
Ready? Michiru dash!
She ran off into the darkness.
Bye-bye!
Michiru waved her hand from afar. Bye-bye. Tono waved back. Her voice was soft, but surely it must have reached Michiru. They were connected. Well then, time for me to go home. As Michiru disappeared from sight, Tono whispered to me, I see. I'll walk you home. You don't mind? Yeah, I won't if you don't want that. Nope, I don't mind. She shook her head, her cheeks turning a bit red. All right, let's get going. Okay. We walked side by side under the clear night sky. Now that I had a closer look at Tono again, she was unusually tall for a girl. She was the complete opposite of Michiru, and that was how they were a perfect pair. How tall are you? I asked her. 169 centimeters. That's pretty tall. Really? Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. You don't like tall girls? No, that's not true. A nice figure is an asset, no matter the height. Her face turned red. Actually, I'm a bit proud of my height. Are you? I am. She nodded. If I'm taller, that means that I'm closer to the sky. The sky? Yes. I can be closer to the stars, and that makes me happy. With that said, Tono looked up at the night sky. The stars are beautiful tonight. She seemed to be speaking to the night sky. Those eyes of hers were focused on the sky, looking and seeing, almost as though she were wishing for something. What are those twinkling stars thinking about? The twinkling lights looked so fleeting. Boop-a-doop. Thank you for walking me home. Oh no, I know I'm gonna cry at this part. I already started crying when they were looking at the stars on the roof. When we reached her house, Tono bowed and thanked me. Thanks to you, I was able to get home safely. That's an exaggeration. Oh? Well, I don't care. Please have a safe trip home. Okay, will do. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Before she finished speaking, the door to her home opened with a small sound. Welcome home. From the door came Tono's mother's gentle voice. However, she didn't show herself. She was peeking through the crack with her right eye. I'm home. Huh? She sounded lonely. Oh, that's... She seemed to be referring to me. That's our new club member. Who, me? Yes, you. That came as a shock. Oh, really? What the hell? She believed that. I don't care anymore. Thank you for the other day. It seemed that she did a bow. I heard the sound of her head hitting the door. The other day? Tono looked at me, perplexed. Yeah, I told you about it, didn't I? This isn't the first time I've met your mother. Now that you mention it, Tono's eyes glazed over with loneliness. Tono? I observed her expression in order to guess what she was thinking. Oh, would you like to come in? I heard her mother's voice from behind the door. You can head home after having dinner here. I'm surprised that you know my daughter. I'll make a special treat for you. It's fine, I'll pass. It's late, I answered her. Is that so? She sounded disappointed. Then... Thank you for always taking care of Michiru. Huh? Her mother's words made my mind go blank for a second. Still, it was only a short lapse. Michiru? I glanced at Tono, my eyes still unfocused. Tono looked away from me. She drooped her head, her body shaking slightly. What's going on? I blurted out. I didn't even understand the purpose for my question. Come on in, Michiru. Dinner's getting cold. Okay. She nodded at her mother. Tono! Goodbye. That was all she said before she headed for the door. Hey! I reached out for her. She didn't turn back. My hand brushed against her body. The door closed behind them. I could no longer reach her. Tono! I stared at the door for a short while. Perhaps I should have said something. I should have stopped her from going. I should have reached for her until I caught her. I regretted not doing that. I thought about what happened as I headed for the train station. Tono's mother definitely called her Michiru. As far as I knew, Michiru wasn't at the scene. Ah! I'm starting to cry! Her mother didn't look like she was joking. The suspicion welling up inside of me wouldn't go away. Tono Minagi. Who exactly is she? August 1st. Oh, dang it. Uh, the next day, Tono didn't turn up at the station. I waited for her all day, but she never showed up.
No, Minagi's not coming.
Michiru muttered sadly while practicing blowing soap bubbles.
Did you rape Minagi after I went home yesterday? Kurosaki Yukito.
Nope.
If you try anything funny with Minagi, you're going to have to answer to me.
Michiru went back to her practice.
Well,
It wasn't going well for her. Michiru, I called her. Michiru turned to me with a wet face.
What, Kurosaki Yukito?
Nothing.
Such an old gag.
Pouting, Michiru went back to her soap bubbles. I watched her in silence. Countless soap bubbles that never could take flight were born, then popped and vanished. She said she would come. Soon the sun set, and only the sound of the cicadas could be heard in the twilight. August 2nd. Oh, the days are going by faster now.
Minagi's not coming.
Tears welled up in her eyes. Just like yesterday, there was no sign of Tono.
Did I do something bad?
Having given up on blowing bubbles, Michiru just sat on the bench with downcast eyes. She probably had an errand to run. I laid my hand on Michiru's head.
Yeah, you could be right.
Or maybe she has caught a summer cold.
I'm worried.
Yeah, it's worrying.
Yeah.
Well, why not make a wish?
A wish?
Yeah, make a wish to the stars.
But those stars aren't out yet.
You have a point.
Yeah.
I looked at the sky. A blue sky that was a long way away from dusk. No light from the stars could be seen. But there was only sunshine with a transparent blue hue. In that case, how about making a wish to that?
That?
Star sand. You have it with you, don't you?
I do.
She fished in her pocket and took out the star sand she got from Tono. It's said to bring happiness just by having it with you. I'm sure it'll grant you a wish.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll make one.
Michiru shut her eyes, held the star sand to her chest and began wishing. That does it. I'll make a wish too. I took out my own bottle of star sand from my pocket and closed my eyes.
May Minagi get better soon.
I heard Michiru's voice next to me. The wish was being conveyed. I recited the same wish in my heart. Hey. I opened my eyes and started talking to Michiru.
I'm making a wish. Don't speak to me.
She told me off, but I didn't care. You are Tono's best friend, right?
Yep, that's right.
Then?
Then?
No, never mind. I stopped myself. Are you not going to practice blowing bubbles today? I changed the subject.
I will.
I see. Alright then, I'll join you today.
You'll blow bubbles with me?
Yeah.
Blowing bubbles is hard. Can you do it?
Are you kidding? I'll have you know that I was once called a genius bubble blower. No, scratch that. Nobody ever called me that. I once attended a bubble blowing technical school. No, scratch that. There is no such school. I have very dexterous hands.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's why blowing bubbles will be like a walk in the park.
Bark?
Woof.
Wow, you do sound like a dog.
I wasn't glad at all. Hey, start blowing.
Okay, let's see who can blow the most bubbles.
The two of us started playing with bubbles. Under the brilliant summer sky, we tried time and again to blow bubbles.
It's not going too well.
It's harder than I thought. It was distressing that neither of us were able to blow one successfully. Even so, that was good enough. Laughter finally returned to Michiru. That itself was good enough. Oh, my first successful one! A small soap bubble formed from the straw, or from my straw, and floated up into the sky.
Wow, that's amazing, Kurosaki Yukito!
Our eyes followed the bubble as it drifted away. We kept watching over it, knowing that in time it would break and vanish. We looked up at the sky. A blue sky. But that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys, so if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, by subscribing you're becoming part of a legacy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!